Both sides have been trying to do this in a variety of ways. That basic duty and the recognition of that duty, I think we cannot deny it. But the question is, it is being denied. It is being denied, and the bottom line then is, what is the freedom of religion? I have a fairly good familiarity with the situation of the church in Northern Africa, even not so much Egypt as the Maghreb region, because I spent weeks in Algeria and Morocco, where they tell you quite bluntly, you can't convert Muslims. It's not allowed. But the Christians can become Muslims. That's freedom of religion for you. Christians are being openly converted, and sometimes pressurized to be converted. They may not be forced in the old sense of putting a sword on their neck, but everything around you is made in such a way that life becomes impossible unless you become a Muslim. Turaki is looking at me and laughing. Because there are parts of Nigeria where effectively this is the order of the day. Until there is a mutually agreed concept of the freedom of religion, which should include the freedom to change your faith and to convert and be converted, that problem will always continue. The Catholic Bishops' Synod of Bishops for Africa, the second one, which we held in Rome last month, in October last year, we had a strong statement on this, which we directed at the Church of North Africa, that those countries which consider themselves by law Islamic, we use the word Islamic so that we are not just talking in the air, consider themselves by law Islamic, and therefore decide to prohibit the freedom of their citizens to make their own choices in religion, must know that they are going against fundamental human rights, and will not be expecting that good relationship will prosper under those conditions. I was the leader, I headed the committee that drafted that statement, and among us was the Archbishop Laham of Tunisia. He was reading it, and he said, what we are saying is very true, but I'm just wondering what will happen when I get back home. So I gave him the text, that paragraph. Go and redraft it in a way that you think you will not end up in jail when you get back home. He redrafted it a little bit and so on. Eventually we said, whatever you do, we must make sure we say what we are saying, because our church has not been saying it, and the international community has kept quiet. They will talk about the right of elephants and tigers and seals and whales, but they will not talk of the right. We are not talking now of the right of Christians to evangelize Algerians. We put it the right of Algerians to be allowed to freely decide whether they want to be Muslims or not. So we succeeded in passing it through him. We tell him, when you get home, if they put you in jail, you know that you are not the first bishop to end up in jail. And that it's about time that some bishops get ready to go to jail if they must tell the truth. I think I've talked enough.
Thank you very much, Archbishop. I repeat, you have heard it all. You can almost imagine if there was time and he had to continue. I'm sure that we will continue until we go for supper, and you will still be having a lot to tell us. We are very grateful to you. And let me say something here, which is it's a joke, but it is true. That in a lecture at St. Paul's University, I was lecturing on Christian-Muslim relations, and the issue came up with this Peter. When Jesus said to Peter, you put back your sword to where it comes. Then one of the Nigerian students, that was last year, said to me, he said in the class, sir, remember Jesus said, put your sword back. He did not say, throw it away. You can imagine the mentality of that. Time is now up. We pass on to Dr.
Shall we put our hands together for Archbishop? I suggest that what we do now is take a quick 15 minutes break, stretch ourselves, grab something to drink quickly.